What's up YouTube? Simply Unlucky here. And today we have the new Banlist review video for you guys. And hopefully you guys check out the channel and subscribe for some more epic Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Alright you guys, so a ton of you guys requested this video from me. And let's get to it. And I'm sorry I'm a little late. I think I'm a couple days behind the others. But yeah, so the new Forbidden and Limited list from August 29th, 2016. And it's kind of bland, but we'll go over it here. So for this ban list, I think it's been a cool bit. I skipped a couple ban lists, so I'm excited to finally do another ban list review with you guys. So here we go. We're starting off with the Performa Pal Monkey Board. Was limited, now it's banned. And so I'm not a big fan of the whole pendulum cards. You know, metal fails are kind of cool just because of the alliteration. You know, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so pendulums in general, you know, I'm not a big fan of it. But Performa Pal Monkey Board is a pretty big deal getting banned because it was by far one of the more low-key busted pendulum cards, because it was like a one-card scale, so you can use it to go search out another pendulum card, and usually it would be Good Turtle, and love those names. And Good Turtle could then be your other pendulum scale, and then you could just special summon all your level 4 guys. So it hurts that pendulum deck for sure, but you're still going to see a whole bunch of other different pendulum decks out there. So yeah. The Monkey Board has met its final days. And here we go next. We got Kaiser Coliseum. And I've actually messed around with this card in a few of my decks, so it's kind of sad to see it just get banned all of a sudden. And even a lot of my friends in this area anyways, we're like, what the heck? Where did that come from? So everyone's kind of thinking like, no one really like played it in some sort of epic deck, so it's probably going to be like a TCG exclusive deck that's coming out that could really use it to the point to where it needed to be banned. I don't know. And so maybe they actually did it. I was talking to some other friends, and maybe they actually did it because of the Stormforth ruling with Kaiser Coliseum, and it's just all weird and just not very fun. So there's another reason they could have banned that. They're like, just screw it. And so that could happen. And we're going to the limited cards here now. So it was semi-limited. You got Sir Malbranche, so the Burning Abyss. And so Sir to 1 is definitely an attempt to hurt the Burning Abyss or PK Fire decks, but down here you got Beatrice also being limited to 1, and so those two cards going to 1 definitely, you know, hurts the consistency of Burning Abyss decks or PK Fire decks. But I mean, it's still definitely going to be good, and they didn't hit Dante, and so many people I was talking with especially think it's still going to be tier 1, and there's still this Sir Dante loop where they keep switching out. And Beatrice at 1 does make a difference, but I mean, it still is going to have its epic effect. But if you guys can kill that Beatrice, then that's a difference, because there's not another one, you know, they can bring out. So that's the Burning Abyss cards here. And let's see what we have next. We have Ether, Pantheism, and Stormforth. And so Ether is limited to 1 now, and then you have Pantheism and Stormforth over here. So basically, people are like, Monarchs are dead, and that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm happy for that too. I'm a big Monarch fan in general, but the fact that their deck was so dang broken was just kind of like, really? And so it's nice to see them kind of go or get just destroyed a little bit at least. But yeah, Pantheism definitely is a good call limiting that to 1, but the Monarch Stormforth, I understand this card's broken, but it's just so good in other just random decks, and that's why it's kind of like sad to see it go down all the way to limited. Maybe if they would put it like semi-limited, because there's just a lot of fun decks that can mess around with that card. So yes, it's sad to see that go down to 1. But I saw that a lot of people are probably going to be trying to make Monarch still a top tier deck, but we'll see what happens. I don't think it'll be top tier. It'll definitely still be good though. And then next, you guys, over here we have Cosmo Dark Destroyer. And that's now down to 1, and so that's going to be interesting because that's a really big hit for Cosmos, but it definitely makes them less consistent, and the whole tin can plays, you know, hitting, you know, a Cosmo Dark Destroyer off of that and whatnot. But I still think Cosmos is by far going to be top tier still. I mean, people are probably going to be changing it up to the whole Fire King Island shenanigans, or people are going to be working with that's a whole new talk, and we'll get that in a bit too. But the whole Gold Sarcophagus coming to 3 with Cosmo Town. There you can get Dark Destroyer with that too. So the deck, I think, by far is still going to be good. Oh, and E-Telly. Yeah, E-Telly is also limited to 1. And that's down here. And so that hits Cosmos a little bit too, but it also hits some of those other random decks. I think Ritual Beast or the Power Rangers, all those decks. But E-Telly at 1 I don't think makes too much of a difference, but yeah, that also is a little hit to Cosmos or people that were trying to play multiple E-Tellys in that. And then we have the Magispector Unicorn or Keyring, and that's an interesting hit because that hurts the Card of Demise, Magispector decks, and then the whole Metal Foes, but they can all still work with one Keyring in it. So yeah, that's not too big of a deal, but I feel like, I guess so broken shenanigans aren't happening all the time. And next we have Pendulum Call, I think is down here, right? And so Emergent Teleport, Pantheism, and Pendulum Call. And yeah, that hurts a couple different Pendulum decks, but overall, you know, that card wasn't seeing that much play, I feel like, especially in my area. So, okay, just make that structure deck worth even less. And yeah, so that's it kind of for the limited cards, you guys. Like I said, so those Cosmos, the Monarchs, and Pendulums pretty much is what they're kind of hitting pretty hard here with the whole Keyring. And yeah, okay, so now for the semi-limited cards. To start off, we have Max C, you guys, at 2. And right when I saw that, I was like, what? I don't think I've ever played more than 2 Max Cs. I've never really been one of those players. I personally don't like playing cards that you have to play just because the format has so many different decks that are all crazy with special summons. But, I mean, putting Max C at 2, I feel like doesn't make a difference. If they really wanted to do something crazy, I mean, putting Max C at, or just banning it, or putting it at 1, I think would have definitely made a difference. Putting it at 2 just doesn't really do anything. So there's that. But also, you know, Max C is a card that you kind of need in the format to just help, you know, beat decks that just special summon all the time and do crazy shenanigans. So it's just one of those things where it's like, really? You know, what are you doing? If you're doing something, or if you're going to do something, you know, do something that's going to make a difference. So yeah, that's Max C. Thunder King Ryo at 2 is pretty cool. I wish they would just put it at 3 because that would have been awesome. And so you would have seen the rise of the whole anti-meta decks. And Card of Demise is also pretty good with the classic anti-metas. So that's really cool to see Thunder King go up to 2. And yeah, because I really like playing anti-meta stuff or just stuff that's not in the meta. And so, and yeah, I have a couple Ultimate Thunder Kings I actually had a play set, so that's pretty cool that they put it back to 2, so I'm guessing that card's probably gone maybe doubled in value, or at least some of them have. It's gone up at least. So it's nice to see Thunder King Ryu get semi-limited. And so Wind Up Magician, I guess that makes it a more consistent like rank 4 spam kind of deck. I mean, if you don't have Carrier, the deck's not going to be very, you know, feasible once again, so Wind-ups, sure. And then down at the bottom here, you guys, we got Thousand Eyes Strict going to 3. No one cares. And then you have Allure of Darkness and Gold Sarcophagus. So Allure of Darkness is crazy because that card at 3 makes it all dark decks way more consistent. And you guys know me, I'm a Blackwing fan. And but yeah, so it also helps those who play it in Burning Abyss and Cosmos, which is interesting. But Allure of Darkness at 3 is just awesome for all those, you know, Tier 2, Tier 3 decks that are all dark. So I think that's really cool they put that at 3. And that's exciting for me because, like I said, Blackwings are awesome and I love playing Blackwings. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to mess around with a couple of the different decks that I have with Allure of Darkness. And Gold Sarcophagus at 3. Immediately off the top of my head when I see that, I'm just like, oh, Exodia! But no, I don't think you could stall enough to actually go search your Exodia pieces, especially with them already filling up your hand. But I do think it'll make a difference for Final Countdown. And definitely maybe Cosmos or any deck that deals with removal cards. Like I was mentioned earlier, the whole Dark Destroyer, getting it with Cosmo Town type of thing with Gold Sarcophagus. And then, and yeah, but like Final Countdown, it's limited to 1, so you can go search it out with your Gold Sarcophagus. So there's an interesting combo with that. Or just any deck, you know, that really needs to search for certain cards. So that's cool. You might see a rise of a couple of those decks, but I definitely don't think they'll be Tier 1. And but it's definitely going to be fun to mess around with. I want to make like some old classic DD deck or something with 3 Gold Sarcos. But yeah, you guys, so that is the new 2016 August 29th ban list. And I don't think most people are going to be very happy with it because it didn't make a bang. You know, people usually like it when they bring back a really big card or ban some cards that actually will make a difference, big difference. But yeah, Monarchs getting their power level, you know, limited a bit. That's nice. And so, but yeah, Stratos is still banned, and I know everyone likes to talk about Stratos, but no, I'm like a huge E-Hero fan. Like, I don't understand why Stratos is still banned. Like, let us try him at like 2 or something. I don't think it's going to be that broken. It might be, but just at least put him at 1. And so yeah, that's still happening. But yeah, next time, like, come on, Konami, bring something back and make a difference. And tribe infecting virus is also the other big one that everyone's been talking about over here that they thought would come back. And or cyber, some people thought cyber sign, I guess, but yeah. So Banlist didn't really make a difference. Don't understand a few of these choices like Kaiser Coliseum and Max C, but okay, Konami, they're playing it safe, I guess. So let's make a difference next time, hopefully. And yeah, once again, you guys, thanks for watching. And then I wanted to mention real quick though that just a little side note, I think it'd be really cool if Konami made some new formats, because this whole making a new ban list, milking all the new sets and making players buy all these new cards because they're going to ban all the old cards, and then coming out with reprints of those sets and then banning them to make them buy the reprints, and then banning them shortly after. It's really annoying to me as a player. And you see Pokemon, you see MTG, all these other different games, and they have different formats. And I really think Konami should try it. I'm not the mathematician or the guy that can figure it out, but an idea that would be cool. I don't know if it's worth actual tournament prize worthy, but just having different generations be different formats. That's just an idea off the top of my head, but still having the format they have right now maybe as the main format, but just letting us see some old play with some old classic cards that don't necessarily need to be banned. I feel like each generation or each new format would have a new ban list, but just like let us play around with some older classic cards and not just cards you want us to buy. And anyways, so that's what I wanted to add to this video. And once again, you guys, thanks for watching. And remember to subscribe for some more epic Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Be coming out with some epic new content soon. And Simply Unlucky signing out. And for those of you that said you wanted to see, all types of different content on here, I don't understand why the new MTG video gets like 1 million dislikes or 30 dislikes in the first hour of it being posted. People are like disliking it before they even watch it. So I'd appreciate it if some of you guys could go over there and maybe like the MTG video a little bit, because it's it's not going to get any views. It's such a low like to dislike rate. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching.
No, baby! A secret rift! What? Oh, Nikes, Batman!